Here it is, the only 3 stats that you need to know about the West Loop housing market going into the month of July 2022, according to me, Jake Lyons, realtor with At Properties here in Chicago. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The median sales price across all single-family homes, so that's condos, townhouses, and houses, although in the West Loop it's mostly condos, a couple townhouses, very few houses. Anyway, for June of 2022 was $425,000, which was up about 6% month over month from May, when the median was $400,000, even $400,000, but down 5%-ish from the same month of last year, when the median sales price was at $447,500. More on that at the end of this video. The market time, so the just number of days that it took for a new listing to have a contract, was a median 11 days in June, 15 in May, and 16 in June of last year. So fairly consistent numbers there. And then the month supply, so this is the number that we use to determine if this should be considered a seller's market, a neutral market, or a buyer's market. Anything from 0 to 3, or I guess from 0 to 3.9 is considered a seller's market. From 4 to 6 is considered a neutral market, and 7 and above is considered a buyer's market. In June, the month supply was at 2.9. In May, it was 2.5. And last year, we were actually in neutral market territory, ever so barely, slightly, with a month supply of 4.1. So that's what's going on there. And then a little bonus stat here. So you saw that the sales price was down a little bit, and this is something that's kind of interesting to keep an eye on, guys. So mostly across we're seeing with everything going on in the economy right now and interest rates increasing and everything, we're seeing a decrease across the city. We're seeing a decrease in properties under contract, but most of the time we're also seeing roughly an equal decrease in new listings. West Loop is one of the few markets that I've come across so far. I shouldn't say few. I mean, there's a handful, but this one is a little bit more on the dramatic end of it, where the number of new contracts, the decrease in new contracts year over year, is far outpacing the decrease of new listings. So new listings year over year was down 2%, but properties under contract was down 31%. So as the demand is decreasing, this is one of those markets where the demand is decreasing, but the supply is kind of staying the same. So we're actually that's how you can account at least a little bit for that 5% decrease in the sales price year over year. So that's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Everybody has different ideas on what this economy is going to mean for the housing market, and I definitely have my ideas of what it's going to mean on a macro scale. But obviously, real estate is super hyper local, and what's happening in one neighborhood is not necessarily going to it's going to be apples and oranges compared to what's happening in some other neighborhoods. So this one, it has my attention a little bit. Something to keep an eye on as the months go by. So hopefully that was at least a little bit valuable and informative. If you have any questions about buying or selling in the West Loop Fulton Market area, please let me know. Reach out. Let's see what we can do, how we can come up with a strategy that makes sense for whatever you have going on in your unique situation. So thank you for listening, and see you next time.